You are listening to an update from Washington with the Congressman from Alabama's 1st Congressional District, Bradley Byrne. Now from our nation's capital, Congressman Byrne.
Welcome into this week's update from Washington. This is Seth Morrow, and we're joined by Congressman Byrne. Congressman, how are you?
I'm doing great. You know, we've been back in the district these last couple of weeks, and this past week in particular, we've been out and about having town hall meetings, and it's been really good to get around the district and see everybody.
What are some of the top concerns you're hearing, Congressman, at these town hall meetings?
Well, there are a couple of things that are coming in loud and clear. One is that we have a lot of people in the district who are experiencing problems with the Veterans Administration, either through getting their benefits or through the health care services, or lack of health care services in some cases. So we've been hearing a lot about that and taking a lot of people's names and information so we can do casework on it. We're also hearing a lot of concerns about immigration, which is not new. We've been hearing those concerns ever since I've been in Congress. So we're continuing to hear concerns about that and are responding to them. Then because of this Iran agreement that President Obama got into, we're hearing a lot about people's concerns about the Iran agreement. Of course, as you know, I was in Israel last week, and we were hearing a lot about that from the Israeli government and the Israeli Defense Force officials. And then lastly, people will come up and tell us at these town hall meetings about some economic concerns that they have. It may be specific to their town or just the general economic concerns that people around America have. So we've had some pretty good feedback at these town hall meetings. People have been great about standing up and telling us what they're concerned about and giving us a lot of information, and I've really appreciated that.
And you mentioned people with issues with the VA or veterans issues. If we have anybody listening who has a problem with the VA or is having a difficulty getting their benefits, how can they get out in touch with your office?
Well, the best thing to do is to call either my Mobile District office or our Baldwin County office. We have people in both of those offices who can help you. So I would invite anybody who's listening who has a problem with the VA, or if they have a relative or a friend who has a problem with the VA, to call either our Mobile or Baldwin County office, and somebody at one of those offices will take down your information and we will follow up.
These town hall meetings obviously give people a chance to interact with you, but what is the benefit to you for having these town halls?
Well, Seth, there's no substitute for me hearing directly from the people that I represent, and I like the fact that we're in the same room and we're looking at one another eye to eye. That really helps me when I go back to Washington and I'm talking to my colleagues about an issue, and I can say, look, this is not coming from just me. This is a concern that's coming from the people I represent, and it's coming from a large number of them. So I found it to be very valuable. I've gotten some great information that I can use when I go back there, and it gives me that clear understanding of what it is that's really on the minds of the people down here in southwest Alabama. It makes me a better congressman for them back in Washington.
You also recently had Secretary of Transportation Anthony Foxx in Mobile. Can you just quickly summarize what some of the highlights of that were?
Yeah, we were really grateful that he came down. He is former mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina, so he gets it. We don't have to explain the issues we've got here. Certainly, we talked a lot about the new proposed I-10 bridge over the Mobile River that we need so desperately because of the traffic problems there. But we also talked about certain things that we can do with these things called Tiger grants that are being used by municipalities and by our Port Authority, and also some of our rural road needs. So we had some great discussions with him. Officials from various local governments had the opportunity to meet with him and talk with him. And we also actually rode him through the tunnel and on the Interstate 10 bridge so that he could see for himself exactly what this problem is. And I think we got a real friend in him and somebody who's going to be an advocate for us.
Well, Congressman, it was great talking with you as always. How can people follow your work in Congress?
Yeah, please go on our website at byrne.house.gov and sign up for our weekly email. You'll see things on our website, but if you'll sign up for that email, you'll get an email from us every Sunday night that tells you what we did the week before and what's coming up during the next week.
You have been listening to an update from Washington with Congressman Bradley Byrne. Congressman Byrne encourages you to contact him with any comments or questions. You can email him online at byrne.house.gov or find him on Facebook under U.S. Representative Bradley Byrne. Stay tuned to this station next week for another timely report from our nation's capital. This broadcast has been pre-recorded.